Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. Thank you for watching this video. So in this video, we will discuss about the JavaScript. Okay, what is a JavaScript? JavaScript is an interpreted language or interpreted programming language, or also known as the scripting language. So this part is designed for the network-centric application. And what is the difference between the interpreted programming language with the others programming language like Java, C Sharp, C++, C language, Visual Basic? The JavaScript interpreted programming language only need the interpreter, while the other programming language need a compiler. So JavaScript is the interpreted programming language that designed for creating network-centric application. Okay, basically we use this JavaScript or Java or scripting language in order to create the network-centric application, and there is no need for the compiler for this programming language. So this scripting language allow the user, the developer, to build the interactivity into otherwise static HTML pages. And JavaScript is not similar like the Java programming language that developed by Sun Microsystem. So JavaScript is not equal to Java simplified. Some of the peoples, they think that the JavaScript is a part of the Java programming language, but in a simplified form. However, there are difference. Okay, so the features of the JavaScript, the first one, it is an interpreted language. No need a compiler in order to using this language. We just need the interpreter. And then this is language that embedded within the HTML pages. So if you have the HTML file, you can embed this JavaScript with your HTML file. Easy to learn. The syntax is quite minimal compared to the other programming languages. This JavaScript support quick development and better performance, and is designed for programming user events. And the platform is independent. It based on the browser that we use. So the capabilities of the JavaScript, it has rich interface, so allow you to mingle around with the interfaces like button, form, okay, and it increase the interactivity between the end user and the website, web pages. Less server interaction because this part is only at the client side, and form validation. Okay, this part is about the what the JavaScript can't do. Okay, comparing to the programming language, what the JavaScript can do. So the first one, it does not have any graphic. So it not support graphic compared to the others programming language. It only have certain part that we can assume as graphic, but not support on everything like the Java language, C++, C, Visual Basic programming language. The second, does not allow reading or writing of file. It is part for the security purpose. If for security reason, the client side of the JavaScript doesn't allow the reading or writing of the file. That does not support the networking. Fourth, used in a limited context. And fifth, it does not have any multi-threading capabilities. Okay, the next point, JavaScript is a client-side part, so it is embedded in the HTML pages and being interpreted by the browser. It is one without one eye. Okay, that's part for the client-side JavaScript. For the server-side JavaScript, Netscape call it server-side JavaScript product like LiveWire or LiveScript. So the server-side JavaScript is to dynamically generate the HTML to be displayed for the client. And then it is more powerful features come from the server-side object that has access to it. Okay, for example, on that part, for the server-side JavaScript, the database object allow a script to be performed in the SQL database queries and updates. We take the value from the database. That's part we call as the server-side JavaScript. But in this part, we're focusing on the client-side JavaScript. Okay, the next part is the basic syntax of the JavaScript. So you generally the basic syntax, it is start with the script and the type of the language JavaScript, and then ended with the slash script. So at this space you can write your script. So the script takes three attributes. The first is language. Second is the source, indicate the URL or the content if we get from the external script file. And third is type, indicated there ME type of script to be run. So this part is the basic syntax for the JavaScript. Okay, the next part we go for the features of JavaScript. Okay, the first features, it has the white space and line break. So JS here is referred to the JavaScript, so it ignores the space, step, the new line that appear between the tokens in the program, except those that are part of string constant. Second, optional semicolon. So basically, JavaScript statement end by the semicolon. However, in certain condition, it's allowed to omit the semicolon if your statement are each placed on a separate line. The next part, how to comment. There are two types of comment. If we want to comment at the single line, only one line, so we can use this double slash. Here we can use slash, star, and then your statement, your comment, and star slash. This one can be used if you have multiple line that you want to comment. Okay, so the difference, this one for a single line, this one for the multiple line. Okay, the next part is literals. So data value that appears directly in program include the integer, the octal, the hexadecimal numbers, the floating point, double numbers, the string. So they are the literal features that we can use in the JavaScript. Okay, the next part we have the variable. So the variable JavaScript use var. So that are the keyword in order to declare the variable. The example here, var x semicolon x equal to 14. So declare the variable x and then assign x equal to 14. Okay, the next part is the operators. So JavaScript support the arithmetic operators, logical operators, comparison operators, assignment like this one, and the conditional operators. And the next part is the expression. So a combination of values, variable, and the operator. And another part, features for the JavaScript, it reserve words. These are keywords that allow in JavaScript, for example, integer, int, character, char, if, while, var for the variable, and public. So there's some reserved keyword for the JavaScript that you can use it as the variable name. Okay. Okay, the next part we go for the JavaScript display possibilities. Okay. So the process of display possibility can be in different way. The first one, writing into a HTML element using the inner HTML. So we use the inner HTML method. This one is the method that we use in order to write into the HTML element. So to access an HTML element, JavaScript can use the document dot get element by ID, and then in a bracket we write the ID name. So this is document dot get element by ID method or function. So the ID attribute define the HTML element, and the inner HTML property define the HTML content. So example here, we use the get element by ID. So this one is your, for example, your HTML document. So you have script here. Okay, this part is for your JavaScript. So add here, access the element HTML element of P. So P here, the ID equal to demo. So at this one, we want to appear to make this one as 23 plus 4. So this one is the arithmetic operation to support by the JavaScript. Okay, so we put document dot get element by ID demo. Demo ID refer to this ID. So that's mean when it come line here, it will go for this script. So the difference between interpreter and compiler, interpreter it will go line by line. So this one is the arithmetic operation, 23 plus 4. So supposedly it will display at the title my JavaScript program under the head. Okay, under the body is what will be appear in your HTML in your browser at the body part. So the first one, it will display let's try this. Okay, the second line, it will display hello everyone, and the third line, it will display 27. Okay, 23 plus 4 equal to 27, so it will display 27 at this line. So example of the output, let's try this, hello everyone 27. So this is how the JavaScript work on the arithmetic operation. Okay, the next one, okay, we go for the writing into the HTML output using document.write method. Okay, previously we use inner HTML method, and then we use the get element by ID. So this one, we use the document.write in bracket or document.write method. So the document is the object that contain information used by the script, and write is the method associated with the object that provide services to the script. Okay, look at this example. This is example of your HTML file. So inside your HTML file, you create portion for your script. So document.write. Okay, this one is your HTML element. First script, and at this point is your second line. So at your body, let's try this hello. So the output will be this one. First script in italic because we use the tag I. Tag I refer to the italic. Okay, the second one, scripting, is very easy. So this one we put in the H1. That's why it's bigger compared to the others. Okay, and then after this statement, it followed with the, let's try this, hello everyone. So this is how the use of the inner.html and document.write method. So that's all for this video. The next video I will show you on how to use another methods that available in the JavaScript. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.